Ready for 165 now. Tyler Morland for the Wildcats going up against Logan Massa, the All-American from 2 years ago, ranked number 7 for the Wolverines.
Classic example of the last match where pace was more important than score. All the way through that match, we talk about that frequently. Pace of that match. You know, Deacon wrestled at the pace that he wanted to. Even though he's giving up points early, he's getting out quickly.
There's two.
You heard there's 2 points quick by Massa. You heard Coach Beaumont saying, and be a hammer on top. Well, that opportunity was not taken by by Pentelio there.
Yeah.
Michigan's Logan Massa is a redshirt junior, two-time.
Logan Massa, I like the way he's looking this year, Jim.
He's healthy.
He's healthy.
Yeah.
And we know how good he is. And at 65, I'm telling you,
Work center, guys. Move
he
center.
took
My time.
Vincenzo Joseph to overtime in their dual meet.
My time.
That dual meet with Penn State and Michigan, Penn State knows it. It was closer than the final score. 3 of the wins by Penn State were by 2 points or fewer. One of them, the overtime loss that Massa had against a 2-time NCAA champion, Joseph.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of maybe a reaction after Michigan beat Ohio State that Ohio State kept the number 2 ranking and all that. But you know, it's not disputable that Ohio State has a pretty darn good looking tournament team as well. Not the day they were looking for last Friday, but really a solid team.
Next on BTN, don't miss a great doubleheader of women's hoops. First, the Wildcats and Gophers square off. Then the Hawkeyes take on the Buckeyes. Big Ten women's basketball coming up next right here on BTN and the Fox Sports Network.
You know, and it's the rankings, you know, particularly team rankings, they just don't really they mean something and they give you relevance and all that stuff. Nice job by that front headlock with the knee tap right there. Well done. And anything that Logan Massa really tries to attempt is very tight. You know, he tries to ride you. You're going to have a difficult time getting off the bottom. You look at that collar right there. He's knocking him off of his base right there, trying to suck him back. Again, with his technique on the feet.
Both men working.
It's tight. Tight finishes, single leg.
Massa out of St. John's, Michigan, in the powerhouse program, St. John's High School, a redshirt junior. Morland out of Detroit Catholic Central. He's from Brighton, Michigan. He was a teammate of the Amines. Tyler Morland here for the Wildcat, wrestled on the same high school team along with Malik and Miles Amin for the
Blood
Wolverines.
timeout. I want to come back to that comment about the 2 things, all right? The escape, the metaphor for life. Nowhere else in sports do you get points for getting out of a bad situation.
Hey, take your time.
And that's unique to us, and we've got to celebrate our uniqueness and celebrate a lot of things about our sport, our inclusiveness, our uniqueness, and that getting an escape is pretty important. And you saw in that last match where, yeah, you're getting taken down, but you're keeping the pace up, and you're going to try to win at the end. And you got a lot of takedowns of your own at the end of the match. The other thing too is that we own 2. All right, we own 2. All right, you go to a basketball game and somebody hits a long distance shot. All right, they're a 3. Yeah, they don't celebrate. The guy hits a slam dunk. They don't celebrate 2. All right, we own 2. We can't give up 2.
All I know is I'm excited about I'd have a lot of points in my life because I put myself in a lot of bad situations. And here I am, so I guess I got out of them. And so, hey, I hadn't thought of it that way.
Yeah, we
rack them up.
Yeah, we own 2. 2, you know. Every gym in the country, wrestling room in the country, districts this past weekend in a lot of states. A lot of yelling, 2.
Keep working.
Look at
Less than a minute,
Massa.
guys. Less than a minute. Keep working.
Hovering and covering right there.
One red, neutral.
Work
One
a little
red,
bit more
neutral.
from the
Move
feet.
center.
Thinking major in this point. Or maybe even taking him from his feet to his back. Drive through.
Warning red, center. Neutral.
Well, that's a tough call here on Morland here. You saw where he dropped in and reached for a leg. He gave up a little bit of ground there.
Center. Line.
At least that's what I saw. I saw him drop in and try to hit that left knee of Massa. Now Massa in on the shot, kind of readjust.
Neutral.
Massa keeping the pressure on.
Oh, wow.
Neutral.
You see how he felt like he was going out right there and then just dropped right back in below the knee? Oh, now he's got the bow and arrow locked up, Tim. That's his tight.
Went right for it. After his 2-point takedown, now we're looking for back points. Does not get it. Did not get past 45 degrees.
No change,
Yeah,
center.
another example
Red.
that everything that he does,
Red.
collected points right after takedowns,
Red defers.
looking for back points,
Green down.
just tight.
All right, gentlemen, second period, 6-2, Michigan. Northwestern, you have a warning for stalling. Michigan down. Let them get set. Michigan set, cover Northwestern. Let's go. Easy. One escape, green, one green.
Massa wastes no time to getting his escape. Out in front now, 7-2 on Morland, the redshirt freshman. Out of the state of Michigan, as we talked about earlier. Former teammate of the Amines. Two Michigan guys here going after it.
Neutral.
Massa, one of the most
Work center,
celebrated
guys.
preps.
Center.
He was named the Dave Schultz Regional Excellent Award receiver and
working,
a
keep
three-time Michigan State champion.
You know, and that is a good example of why Massa's,
Keep working.
you know, his setup is kind of his first shot. You know, he gets to his knees and then he waits a lot of
Still
times
green.
for his opponent to react, go one direction or the other, and he's got a whole array of offense from that second shot position.
Nothing there. Nothing there.
You know, he's kind of like a
Still
double
hands.
barrel shotgun.
You're out.
The first
No
one is
change,
from
center.
distance.
Red,
The
you're
second
down.
one is for
Muscle up.
accuracy.
Northwestern, you're down.
It was a frustrating year for
Tom, we got
Massa
59
last
seconds
year,
left.
dealing
Second
with the
period.
injuries, not being able to perform at the level, and it's
Let him get set.
feels good for the coaching staff. It feels good for him to be back healthy.
That's a great point,
Cover
Tim,
Michigan.
because he just
Easy.
wasn't himself. Had a fantastic freshman year. You know, you could
1,000.
make a case that
2,000.
you know, the two freshmen, he and Vincenzo wrestling in the
work, gentlemen.
semifinals of the national tournament, it was an overtime bout, and he was the favorite going into it. you know? And so
it was behind
One red,
Aymar and
neutral,
Vincenzo,
neutral.
and got third place that year, Jim. So coming back from that disappointing semifinal loss and winning 2 more matches.
Yeah. Good work right there. 1 point. Actually going to call fleeing on that time. A little bit better work on the edge. You see where
35
at that
seconds.
point in time, Morland was clearly going off the mat. Getting rewarded for his attack. Okay, he lays hands, a lot of snapping,
25.
25 seconds remaining.
gets to a shot right there. Nice little finish there.
Green
Catches
two.
Morland just basically diving out.
Massa covers for another. He's got a major decision right now.
Keep working.
Flawless so far, on his feet, on the mat.
Keep working.
Logan Massa going to work, working on a major decision.
Keep
He's ranked
working.
number 7 for the Wolverines.
No change, center. Choice. You got choice. Red, what do you want to do?
2 minutes, 34 seconds.
Red, what's your choice? Bottom. Right down. All right, let's
All
go.
right,
Hustle
Morland
up,
will
guys.
choose down. We'll
12-3
begin the third period. You heard the official, Joe
That's why
Tauber.
you still have that call. You're on Michigan. Let's
I
go.
like the way Joe Tauber's trying to
Easy.
keep this match moving.
Right.
Both guys are really pretty lax. He's giving them some opportunities. Hey, pick up the pace here, guys, particularly between breaks.
Both men working.
See, you know, we saw a little bit before here. He's looking for
Easy,
that bow and
easy,
arrow.
easy.
He's caught it again.
No
All right.
change. Center, potentially dangerous. Easy. Come on,
A
let's
bit
go.
annoying to Massa that
Come on,
he
let's go.
doesn't get to execute his bow and
Optional
arrow there.
start bottom
Yeah.
hand. Cover, Michigan.
Didn't see exactly what he was doing wrong with that, but
One.
look,
1 point.
it was about to get real tight again. Let's see, look for examples there. See, again, not afraid to go to his
Center.
knees, but he doesn't go to his knees for defense. He goes to his knees with his hands up off the mat. He's looking for an opportunity to go ahead and re-dive in.
Center.
Doesn't keep his hands on there long. Right there, there's his first shot.
Green,
Able to
2.
follow it through. So he, again, is as good as anybody in the country
1 minute,
doing
gentlemen.
that. And I rarely see him get spun around.
Both men
Massa
working.
14-4. He's got plenty of riding time. So it's effectively a 9-point lead right now.
Both men working.
This is just one of those situations. There.
Yeah, okay.
Stalling. I was just getting
Joe,
ready to
you're
say
killing
that.
me.
Yeah, because I was just getting ready to say, hey, Morland
Both
doing
men
all they
working.
can.
Yeah.
He's not at the level of Massa
Yeah.
at this time on
You're
the
still
mat
in,
right
you're
here.
still in.
And whether he's stalling or not, I'm
You're
not
out
sure
now.
I agree
No
with
change.
that.
Northwestern, you're down. Break easy,
Massa
guys.
is pretty much covering him.
28 seconds, fellas.
And
Down.
Moreland runs back to the middle and
All right, I'm going to
just
tell you when to get on Michigan. Northwestern
being
gets set.
overpowered right now
Set,
by
cover, Michigan. Let's go.
game Logan
Easy.
Massa, who's got one thing on his mind, and that's get to the top of the podium. Like we said, he lost in overtime to the two-time defending champion Vincenzo Joseph for Penn State, his last time out. So he's got to feel good about
Both men
getting the
working.
sweat going here and getting a major decision after a disappointing loss by his teammate Alec Pentalio
Both men
at
working.
157. The win is going to go to
Keep
Logan
working.
Massa with riding
No change,
time,
center.
16-4. 4 points on the board for Michigan. Now out front, 17-9.